Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Eliel. In this incarnation, I am here today to talk about the energies of this next week. So we have a lot in comparison to the last week that was like a halftime interval to process a little bit what happened between the eclipse and the conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. That is not only the most important event of this week, is one of the most important events of the 2024. So this I mentioned. We are going to be in this energetic rise until the April 20th, and let's remember that this is going to continue until May, of accelerated changes in the aspects of the material world. Our physical body, Taurus, is linked with that, the relationship we have with resources, and we are not talking about only money or the matter, also the resources that we have available to put at the service of our purpose, Jupiter, the beliefs, the obsolete beliefs that we have to let go around these themes. And also in the collective level, this is about economy and the resources of the earth, climatic change. This transit is active since February, since the last year, but we've been feeling this since February. And this is not something of the April 20th. I'm going to put an example. I moved house the last week, and this was activated in February. So it doesn't matter how the change is initially presenting. We have to trust that the purpose is of expansion and to align ourselves with the call of the original being. Because many times with Uranus, the things could be very accelerated or don't align with what we want at the present moment. So we are going to continue talking about this in the week, during the week. So tomorrow, Mercury, this I mentioned yesterday, Mercury is perfecting the conjunction with Chiron. I am very Mercury retrograde today. So Mercury retrograde is going to perfect the conjunction with Chiron. This is the second one, and we are going to have a third one that happens with Mercury direct in May. So these encounters are relating a story of a wound that we have to attend to express ourselves as we are, to be channels of light with the identity with which we incarnated in here. And the fact that this one is happening with Mercury retrograde is collaborating to find a new perspective, a new light, and to see how that wound can reflect in the environment, on the people that surround us, and in the anger also. And as I said yesterday, this could be linked with not feeling seen, the shame of things that we are not fully accepting, the lack of trust in certain areas of life, etc. So we are going to move to another transit. We have Venus in Aries this week in conjunction, activating a conjunction with the North Node in Aries. This is going to be practically activated the whole week, since tomorrow, April 15th, until the 19th, more or less. So we are going to connect with the evolutionary opportunities that were brought in the eclipse, in the level of desire of the soul. This is about a will of the willing of moving forward, of taking action for the things that we want to materialize, to create. But as every conjunction with the North Node, this could be uncomfortable and requires to let go of something familiar, because every conjunction with the North Node makes an opposition with the South Node in Libra. So in this case, this could be linked with leaving behind a pattern where we are not choosing ourselves, where we are putting ourselves aside in order to be liked or to be pleasant with other people. We have to remember that when a connection is sustained in a nucleus that is loving, in a core that is loving, I think I invented that word, to choose ourselves is to choose the other person too. So this could be linked also with a conditioned programming that is not making us feel that we deserve what we desire. And this is going to be reinforced by the conjunction that Venus and Chiron are going to do at the final part of this week. This is going to happen from the 18th, more or less, until the first days of the next week. So the wounds that makes us feel in separation from love, that prevents us from expressing ourselves and just be, the lack of recognition or deserving, as I said, as I just said, this is going to be reflected on relationships in the area of resources, and also in the connection with with self-love that basically sets everything else, has the influence in everything else. So these are going to be days of a lot of vulnerability. It is important to be patient and compassive, not only with our own process, but also with the processes of others. Because one of the shadows, this transit is very linked with choosing ourselves and moving forward with independence. But one of the shadows of Venus in Aries is linked with thinking of ourselves and not taking in consideration other people too. So Venus is going to meet Mercury on April 19th. So this would be a moment that we can process all these things that could help to process, the processing thing is something that we are going to do after the season eclipse close. So that is a good opportunity to express in relationships our desires, the things that we desire. And again, everything in the context of the conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus. Venus is the regent of Taurus, where it is the conjunction given. So, okay, let's move on to other transit. Mars in Pisces. I wanted to talk about Mars because it has a very nice transit that we can take advantage if we wanted. There are a lot of things happening, but it is a good opportunity. It is like a support aspect because it's going to create a sextile from the 16th to the 21st, more or less, with the conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. So it is a good aspect, to transit this energetic revolution that is manifesting, to act and initiate from the intuitive call of the soul to make changes, to create expansion that are aligned with our purpose, to bring original ideas to the matter that can collaborate not only with us, but also with the collective, because this is the energy of Pisces. It is about collaborating, bringing the light for all of us. It is not only about ourselves. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to comment, but not less important, is that on April 19th, we have the entrance of the Sun in Taurus. We start a new season here, but at the moment that the Sun enters Taurus, creates a tension with Pluto in Aquarius. And again, in this context of the conjunction that is already happening in Taurus. So, Pluto is energy of transformation, death and rebirth, and 2024 is still a year where we are living this energy of carryover, because it still has one return to Capricorn, and we are living like the old ways, the old forms, to get into the new with the 2 feet, so it is important also to evaluate that not everything new is necessarily aligned to consciousness. And an example that I gave many times before is technology, not technology itself, but the uses of technology. So with the sun in Taurus and the fixed signs in general, when there are tensions there is a tendency to not wanting to move, a resistance to change, in this case to the transformation of one aspect of the identity. This is an ego death, I'm not gonna lie, and we cannot control it. So this transit is going to be part of the next full moon in Scorpio, and it's going to be perfected the next week, but we are going to feel it from this one. So I'm going to talk about this event soon. April is a very shaky month, but with focus on the present, we can extract the light in every circumstance. So it is important to be patient with these transits and to practice acceptance. So, I am ending the video here. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.